Noob D&D Dad here. We're going to talk about session number 12 of the Army Veterans campaign that I'm DMing for.
So these guys were at the loggers camp. Then they tracked a boar all the way over to the woodland manse, and then they saw that they probably don't want to encounter it, and especially not with Tibor Westor that they rescued from the loggers camp. So now they've taken him over to Falcon's hunting lodge at his request.
And the idea is that they're going to leave him at the lodge so that they can go check out the woodland manse. And again, they still have not got back to Phandalin. They're just questing in the north. And normally, for a quest to be counted as complete, I require them to head back to town, see the town master, Harbin Westor, and get their reward, right? But when they just keep doing quests and they're staying in the north, I decided that when they hand off Tibor Westor to Falcon's hunting lodge, that he can give them a signed note that says that they saved him. So then they can take that back to Phandalin and get their reward.
So they arrive at Falcon's hunting lodge, and they are greeted by Old Man Corwin at the gate.
And they're taken inside, and Tibor Westor basically stays there. I think they leave some of their animals there as well. And Falcon basically tells them about the woodland manse that they had previously scouted out. And he's like, if you can clear this out, I will give you these boots of elven kind.
Here they are. Your steps make no sound regardless of the surface, and you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently.
So, of course, the rogue gets stars in his eyes, and he really wants them. And he's aggressively trying to get Falcon to let him have the boots right now before they go clear out the woodland manse, even though that's the reward he's offering for doing it. And he's like super pressuring him. And I'm like, you know what? This NPC is going to stand his ground because he doesn't know if these guys will just leave. And so I don't budge with Falcon. I just say that they have to accomplish the mission before they can get the boots. But you know what? Points for trying for the rogue. Also, after the group delivers Tibor Westor to the Falcon Hunting Lodge and gets the signed paper saying that he's safe, that triggers a level up, a milestone level up. And they took a super long time leveling up. And I always like to just inquire like which way they're taking their characters. Like, hey, are you going to do a feat or are you going to do the other things? And here is basically a quote. And this is not good for D&D Beyond. They said, I'm not going to do feats because they're not on D&D Beyond. So we have them in the books and they can just manually add it to their character. But because it's not an easy, like free option that they can add to their characters in D&D Beyond, they're not going to do it. And so I think that's kind of a bad thing, letting D&D Beyond kind of stifle your character in your game. But then again, it relieves them from the burden of choice. I think that's, so we're doing hybrid, right? Like I have all the books and dice, and then some of us are there physically, and then some of us are there remotely. And everyone's using D&D Beyond except for me. Well, I use it to see like the game log, but I'm doing everything analog. Anyway, I just think that's not a good thing if you let D&D Beyond stifle your character. Question: how would you deal with a hybrid analog and D&D Beyond game where characters aren't choosing options because they're not easily applicable in D&D Beyond? All right, so before the party leaves the hunting lodge, my thieving rogue decides that he wants to pickpocket the old guy and pickpocket Falcon. And he gets like an insane stealth roll. It's like a 27 or something. And so I'm like, all right, like it's totally successful. So I have him roll like a D100 on the coin chart to get some coinage out of these guys' pants. Just like, he's giving you a reward to go do a quest and you're robbing him. But I think it's in character. So I got to give him points for that. I don't remember the exact occurrence, but there was a time where our sorcerer helped our bard with something of his character. And I'm just noticing that as the group, as we play more, the group's getting more cohesive and they're helping each other with how to use their characters and stuff. So it's cool to watch. All right, before we journey back over to the woodland manse to kill everything in it, I have a question. What do you do if you have a player who is late or doesn't show up? We've just been starting. Also, as the DM, I have an admission to make. I've been late a whole bunch of times because we play so early in the morning. I don't have an excuse. I need to get up earlier and get going, so I feel really bad that I've been late as the DM. I'm trying to change. I'd like to say I'm getting better.
All right, so they travel through the woods and arrive at the woodland manse, and they kind of come in from this direction. And in this area, I have 3 anchorites and 6 boars. Here's the anchorites, the half orcs, pretty tough. And one thing I like that they have is this lightning. Now, where's it at? Yeah, there it is, lightning bolt.
So I keep trying to use the lightning bolt with the anchorites, and my sorcerer has some kind of spell that just like stifles magic that he can do. Like he can interrupt the turn of the monster, and so the monster's like, yeah, lightning bolt, and then the sorcerer's like, nope. So I don't want to say that's frustrating because I'm here to facilitate the game for the players, but at the same time, like I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to give them a good challenge. But it is a little bit frustrating when I'm all excited to use a lightning bolt. However, it's also cool to watch the players use all their powers and creativity to totally stifle the monsters. But the spell I'm getting absolutely sick of, and Bard, if you do ever watch this, I don't think you'll be surprised, is the hypnotic pattern. I'm so sick of it. It like charms like half of the bad guys and they just kill them. And so it takes an already, like the party is already so powerful, and then it just takes the enemies down so much when a whole group of them get hypnotic patterned. So again, like I said, I'm not trying to win or defeat the players, but I do want to provide like a fun challenge, and I think the hypnotic pattern kind of wipes out the fun challenge. So I guess I'll just have to be more creative and spread the bad guys out in the future so they all don't get hypnotized by the same thing. But I'm so sick of that spell. I told him, I'm like, it'd be a shame if you hit your head and forgot that spell. So as would be expected, they just annihilate these anchorites and these boars. And the thing is, they can't tell if the boars are anchorites or if they're boars. And so I guess they're a little bit more on edge until they find out who's who and what's what. But they, of course, with the hypnotic pattern, and which is how super powerful this group is, they just lay waste to all these bad guys. And then at the beginning of the next one, they're going to eat some magic pumpkin seeds. They never quite ate enough magic pumpkin seeds to make the bad thing happen to them, but I was keeping track and I was really hoping they would.
All right, random question about the identify spell. So it says components, a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces and an owl feather.
So I think I've been doing this spell wrong. I've just been letting them use a spell slot to cast it, and I haven't been making them expend a pearl and an owl feather. So I think I'm totally doing that spell wrong because the components have to be used up, correct? Let me know how to do that, but I don't know if I should just keep the spell casting the same throughout the rest of the game, or if I should be like, guys, you have to find these components to cast these. But my bad. I'm a noob DM here.
All right, so these guys lay waste to these bad guys that are outside.
And the Woodland Manse is actually a really cool place with lots to explore. It's pretty big. You'll see that their exploration gets a little bit cut short due to some of their actions in the next session. But I had tons of fun running Woodland Manse. And one thing about my players is, again, I said at the very beginning, so I told them, I said, okay, make your characters according to the essentials kit, right? That's very, very dumbed down, very simple characters. And then I showed up to play and I'm like, okay, did you guys all make your characters out of here? And they're like, oh, no, we all did D&D Beyond. And I'm just like, oh gosh. So their characters are just inherently more powerful than this campaign is ready for. And so automatically I have to be trying to alter it because these guys are getting so powerful. So I think just going forward, I'm just gonna have to ramp everything up because I think they've already leveled out. Like I'm quite a few sessions ahead of where I'm recording, but they've already leveled above what they're supposed to be. So someone left a really good comment suggesting that I should, because I told you that I was going to use the sequels to this. There's like 3 digital sequels, and they were saying you should just start integrating that stuff now. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It doesn't have to be like a clean break. Like this book is done, now we'll go to that book. It can just start to be integrating it. So I think I'm gonna do that. All right, this has been Noob D&D Dad as a Noob DM for the Army Veterans Group, session number 12. So let me know what you think. I love when people answer my questions on here. It's like selfishly, I like making these videos because then you guys answer my questions and I can like use your tips and hints and everything. So it's actually been really great for that reason. So let me know what you think of this. I love your feedback and thank you for answering my questions. And let me know if you watch the shorts on this channel as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.